What would you do if the person everyone mocked turned out to be their boss's boss? In a busy city bank, a man rolled in quietly. No entourage, no expensive suit, just a calm smile and a worn-out wheelchair. The teller at the counter smirked. She whispered to her coworker, "Looks like Charity Day started early." Laughter rippled behind the glass windows. But here's the thing. No one in that room knew that the man they were mocking had built that very building brick by brick, and that the entire bank, every paycheck they cashed, existed because of him. By the time they realized who he was, it was too late to apologize. Marcus Reed had spent 3 decades in banking. Once a young entrepreneur, he started with nothing but a second-hand laptop, a dream, and a promise to his late father. Never let success make you forget respect. Years of hard work turned his small startup into a financial empire. Yet, after an accident 5 years ago, a spinal injury left him in a wheelchair. He stepped away from the spotlight, letting others run the day-to-day. To the public, he was just a name on company records, not a face. One rainy afternoon, Marcus decided to visit one of his oldest branches, anonymously. No press, no escort. No one knew the man rolling through the doors was the founder himself. He wanted to see how his employees treated everyday people, especially those society often overlooked. As he entered, he noticed something immediately. Smiles faded when people saw him. Conversations quieted. A security guard offered a forced grin, while the teller, a woman in her early 30s, glanced at him with visible annoyance. Marcus waited patiently as she continued chatting on her phone, ignoring his presence. He didn't say a word, because sometimes silence reveals more truth than confrontation ever could. Minutes passed. The teller finally looked up and sighed. "Sir, this line is for customers," she said sharply. "I am a customer," Marcus replied gently. She looked at his wheelchair, then at his modest clothes, and frowned. "Do you even have an account here?" Other employees began watching, whispering. Marcus nodded. "I do. I'd like to discuss a business loan renewal." That sparked laughter. "A loan? Sir, maybe try the community bank down the street." Marcus smiled faintly, unbothered. "You sure this isn't the right place?" Her tone hardened. "Sir, you're holding up real clients. Please step aside." The moment hung heavy. People in the lobby began recording quietly, sensing tension. Then, a man in a suit walked out from the manager's office. The teller quickly straightened her posture. "Mr. Allen, this man's lost. Says he's here for a business loan." The manager chuckled politely, trying not to be rude. "Sir, I'm afraid this isn't a community center. Perhaps our staff can direct you." But Marcus interrupted calmly. "Tell me something, Mr. Allen. Does your bank still follow the Reed Code?" The manager froze. That phrase, Reed Code, was known only to executives. It was part of the company's founding ethics policy written by Marcus Reed himself. Allen's smile vanished. "I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?" The teller rolled her eyes. "Probably Reed Johnson or something," she muttered. Marcus reached into his jacket and pulled out a small black ID card, sleek, engraved with gold letters. Marcus Reed, founder and chairman, Reed National Bank. The room fell silent. The manager stepped back, pale. The teller's smirk vanished. Every whisper died instantly. Marcus's calm expression didn't change. "I came here today," he said softly, "to see how my employees treat people who walk or roll through these doors." He turned to the teller. "And you've just shown me everything I needed to see." The woman's lips trembled. "Sir, I didn't know—" He stopped her with a raised hand. "That's the point. You shouldn't need to know someone's title to show them respect." The entire staff stood frozen. Marcus looked around the branch, every eye avoiding his. This building was meant to serve everyone. But if the people behind these counters forget what humanity looks like, maybe it's time we rebuild more than just our systems. He paused, his tone still measured. "Effective immediately, this branch is under internal review." "And Miss, what was your name again?" The teller whispered it. "You'll receive a notice soon. From HR, not me." Marcus turned his wheelchair toward the exit as silence filled the air. Outside, rain began to fall again, but this time Marcus smiled. He had seen the truth. Success isn't measured by numbers or profit, but by compassion. Days later, the branch was retrained under his direct supervision. The teller was reassigned, not fired, to community service programs, where she'd work with disabled and elderly clients. Weeks later, she wrote a letter to Marcus. In it, she said, "I used to think people in wheelchairs needed help. Now I realize I'm the one who needed fixing." Marcus placed the letter on his desk, beside a photo of his late father. He whispered, "Lesson learned." Then he smiled. Because sometimes the greatest revenge isn't humiliation, it's transformation. And sometimes, the man the world underestimates is the one quietly writing the paycheck behind every smile. Final line, for emotional closure. Respect costs nothing, but losing it can bankrupt everything.